Welcome to No One Asked, the podcast where we talk about things literally no one asked us about. I'm Julie Barrett.
And I'm Sarah Wilkes. We're two friends, two realtors, and way too many opinions.
Life, real estate, and whatever chaos shows up.
No one asked, but we're saying it anyway.
Some days, we are dressed to the nines, like ready to conquer the world. And some days we are cash.
A lot of days, just because you never know where you're going to end up, what you're going to be doing. I'm not going to be showing a piece of land out in, 5-inch hills or, 3-inch hills.
No.
And, I have totally different hill sets. So I have like a 2-hour hill, I have like a 3, a 5, and then I actually have a few 8 hours. So it depends on that day. Toms, as noted today, yes, or Hey Dudes. Those are still probably my favorites. But I love a good hill, but it just depends on if it's going to fit the situation.
I mean, this is not like selling like OC and Sunset is not real life.
No, when we talked about HGTV, that is true facts right there.
Like I'm not showing up with 6-inch heels, 3-inch heels, even a kitten heel if I'm showing a house that has multiple levels or acreage or anything like that, because Grace here will fall.
And the last thing you want to do is say, hold on, while I kick these suckers off, I got to go down the steps.
Yeah.
Like you want to look like you can navigate hills, not on like a 3-level house.
No, not at all.
Even a bi-level, no.
Mm-hmm. Even just steps going up to the porch. Like that is a lot for me sometimes.
There are days, definitely.
I even have house shoes at the office. Yeah.
I should. Well, I have a pair of Toms.
There you go.
Stay there.
Yeah. So if I wear heels to the office and I'm like, we're going to slip these little slippers on.
And the thing is, like, we sometimes come to the office dressed just for an office day because we do there is so much research that we actually do. You wouldn't believe it.
No, and today is an office day. I had a meeting this morning. You had some meetings. And today is just an office day of research and.
Well, I actually am showing a lot of houses, but some of them have land. They do. Well,
today is a Tom's day.
Today is a Tom's day because I'm going to different counties. I don't know that situation. And my favorite though is like when you think you're just showing a house and like if they have like 20 acres, you think, well, they're going to walk it or drive it later. They want to walk it that day. And you're like, I'm probably just going to sit here on the deck and wave at you while you do that because this is not made for off-roading, so you just never know.
Well, and going back to like the research, like we do a lot of research.
Oh, like I do too much sometimes.
And that leads into probably the next podcast of like what our side hustle could be.
Yeah. Well, that too. I was thinking more about the market and housing research I do. Because like I went home the other night to do a deep dive on a property because we've had several showings and nothing's pending yet. I like to base my recommendations for what our next step is on research. I'm one of the few people, I don't want to say few people, but I don't always just go with my gut ever. You will see me crunching numbers more than a lot of...
Going with that gut feeling.
Yeah, there are some agents that operate off of that. I do not. I want you to be able to see why I say what I say. That, and not that that's better or worse. It's just what I'm comfortable with.
I do a little bit of both, I think. I do a little bit of gut, and then I'll follow up with like, let me show you the numbers and all that kind of stuff. But I think I operate on both.
I don't really, honestly. Well, no, I don't want to say that. If I come in and I think it's way too high or way too low, then yes, I'll say, well, this is what the numbers say, but this is what I think. But I just feel better having that behind me. So I do a ton of research. Yep. Yeah.
So the other day, I've had this happen, and this happened to you the other day, where we had to enter a house through a window.
Well, I always use the fact that I'm too short to go through those windows, but I did send a client through one 2 days ago, actually.
I locked my phone inside of the house.
I've done that too.
Yes.
And that's how we access properties.
Right. We use our phone. We use an app that's only for realtors and people that pay for the service. You have to have a real estate license or a home inspector or whatever. But anyway, so we use an app to get into our lock boxes. And I locked that sucker up. And then I realized my phone was inside. So I had to.
I have done this more than I would care to admit.
And I actually, let me think, because why didn't I just go and have bring somebody back from the office to unlock the lockbox?
Call me to get it.
Right. So I guarantee this had been before we could do codes, maybe. I couldn't have called you because my phone was inside.
Well, your client could have.
I didn't have a client. It was a listing.
Oh, okay.
It was a listing and it was vacant. But now that I'm thinking about it, like maybe I shut the door and locked the key inside with my phone, maybe. I don't know, but anyway, I came back and I got somebody from the office and got hoisted through the window. That was fun.
Yeah, the other day when I went to show a house, well, that was a whole day by itself, but I went to show a house and we opened a deadbolt and
Mhm.
then the lock under that key was not working. Like it wouldn't go in. It just was bad. And so I called the agent. I was like, "Hey, it was the bottom lock not supposed to be locked?" He goes, "I don't know. Is there not two keys?" I'm like, "Nope, there's one." He goes, "Well, I've never had that trouble." I was like,
Oh.
"Well, you do today." He said, "Well, you got a credit card?" And I was like, "Yep." So we did attempt that, which we did have permission from the agent, and that wasn't working either. So as again, while you don't always wear heels, we're walking through the backyard. We're walking all around
Mhm.
trying to see if there's anything that's, you know, movable.
Mhm.
And noticed there was a window that was unlocked and
Mhm.
kind of opened. And so my client just said, okay, and she went in and let
Mhm.
us all in.
You
And then
got
I
in.
sent the agent, you're welcome.
Mhm.
You're welcome. But
Yep.
yes, we have stuff like that happen more times than we care to admit, probably.
Listen, wrestling with keys and doors is like the worst part of this job. It's embarrassing.
I have been locked out of a house, but locked into the backyard by myself. And thankfully, this is early on, and I had Kim was with me because I had
Mhm.
to have an agent with me to show. This has been like 24 years ago, something like that. Anyway, and it was a privacy fence. So I'm there like hanging off the side back porch with my hands barely over the fence going, Kim. And Kim, in true Kim fashion, she was down the street helping some lady sweep her porch. I don't know. And she came back over. She's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm locked in. In my defense, I pulled the door to and I saw the privacy fence was open, like, like 3 or 4 inches. So
Yeah.
it wasn't locked. So I
Right.
felt confident
You could get out through the fence.
because the front door was like 150 years old and I could not get to lock and I was new there.
Mhm.
So I thought, I'm just going to do this.
Mhm.
So, but something was against that fence to, in fact, keep it from opening.
Oh my
So
gosh.
there was no squeezing through it, I assure you. And this has been several pounds ago as well. So there was no squeezing through. And I'm over, thank God I was with Kim because I'm like, help me. Yes. So there was that. That's been a
I
long
mean, only if
time.
we had like a camera crew to follow us around for all these years of all of our escapades with
Oh, I used to
properties
have
and
a client who's like, "You need your own reality show." I was like, "No." I
Mhm.
said, "No, it's crazy." So, but yeah, we never know what we're gonna do from one minute to the next, honestly.
No.
So we have to be great multitaskers. So, that's the thing is you just never know.
Yeah, like when people ask me like, "Hey, I want to get my real estate license," and my first question is, "Can you multitask?" Because if you can't multitask, this is not the career for you because unless you just operate everything on checklist, because everything is like last minute. You might have a schedule, but however,
I
that
try.
schedule can go from A to Z very fast.
Well, and I have to. Ooh, I'm hung. And sorry about that. I have to set timers and alarms for myself because if not, like, okay,
That's a good idea.
when I'm doing the research, if
Yeah.
I'm going down a rabbit hole of something and
Yeah.
I want to make sure it's right. Like, if I don't set a timer, then I'll forget. I just get that tunnel vision on that one thing. So I have to limit
Mhm.
myself to certain
Mhm.
tasks at certain times.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great idea to do that.
Well, I'm just very self aware. You can have problems as long as you're aware of them. It's okay. Oh, I'm
You're still
fighting.
being
I'm
attacked
I'm fighting the cord.
by the olive tree.
Yes, yes, I am. But so that's the one thing about our job though, which is also great because it keeps it interesting. Some days are definitely more interesting than others, and you're like,
Yeah.
wow, I'd like a boring job, but it's not
Yeah,
quite
you
that.
definitely don't clock in and clock out this job.
No,
This
never.
our career is 24/7, but you say what do you say?
25/8. That would be it. Well, and like I had third shift people. I had 2 different third shift workers, and
Mhm.
so our job is to work when they're not.
Right.
So when they're off is when we work. It happened to be at 7:30 every morning for like 2 weeks
Yeah.
almost. Maybe missed a couple, but then I had another showing like at 8. And then those same nights I had evening showings for people who worked during the day. So I literally was showing from 7:30 in the morning
Mhm.
until I got home. I think it was after at least 7:30 or 8 every night for 2 weeks. So
Mhm.
those are long days.
They are.
Now, I don't care. It's fine. It's part of what we do.
Throw in with everything else,
Oh,
with
yeah.
navigating, our other transactions and our other clients and research if we have to do some research.
Inspection
Inspections,
requests.
like, so throw showing properties, which is fun, but showing properties with everything else, it makes for a very long day.
Oh,
And so our
yeah.
job, like I said, multitasking, make a
Well,
list, do whatever to get through the day. And there's times that I'll be sending emails to, like, our admin at the office. I'm like, "This is for tomorrow," just to get it off my mind.
I like to think that email doesn't wake people up. And
Yeah.
so, like, if I'm up at 1 a.m. or 12 and I'm sending you emails, I'm hoping you have
I
that on silent.
I feel like that too, but I don't know.
And I'm always
If they
afraid to
operate like
request.
us,
Yeah, I'm afraid to request a showing that late, but sometimes I have.
sometimes you have to.
Yeah, I just hope and pray they have their phone on silent because I'm like, did you email me at 1:30 a.m.? I
Mhm.
did.
Mhm.
Did it wake you up? Please say no,
Mhm.
but if that's when our free time is, that's when we get it done.
Right.
I sleep very little, except what I say from 1 to
2
5,
1
2
to
to
5?
5, 1 to 5 is a little bit more solid,
Yeah.
but
AM, AM,
yes.
not in the PM. AM.
No, no, I don't sleep a lot.
No, you
So
don't. Last night, I crashed. Like, I had it with the day, and I think it was 8 o'clock.
if my husband ever comes home and I'm just like napping, which I can't tell you the last time I napped, but if I'm ever just laying on the couch and
Mhm.
not in front of the computer or not on the, whatever, he's like, "Are you okay?" Because I'm always,
Mhm.
I don't rest well, I guess,
Mhm.
because there's always things to do.
There is, but last night, I mentally could not take any more. Like, last night, I had reached the top. I was done. Like, my eyes were hurting, I was cranky, and I was like, "You know what's gonna make me feel better? Just go to bed. Just take some melatonin and go to bed," and that's what I did.
Yeah, I just always think I can do one more thing.
I couldn't.
I
Like,
truly
I
mean to
just
go to bed
couldn't.
earlier.
I could not do one more thing because, truth be told, this is our second time recording this podcast this week.
Yes, we recorded one yesterday that's why she had to go to bed because it made her mad.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I
So
could not fix it. So here we are.
So we carved time out again today in between my 47 showings. So if I'm showing you later, just know I was here first.
That window that you crawled through,
Hmm.
was it in Arlington?
Yes, yes. Okay. So that was the fun. I told you I had a fun day that day.
Yeah.
The house before that one, same clients that had to go through the window. I'm showing the house and all of a sudden this alarm starts going off. And I didn't necessarily mention this to the listing agent. So when she sees this, if she sees this, but my client thought the security system was a thermostat and went
Oh,
to
nice.
touch the screen and it set off this alarm. So I was in Arlington, which has not
No
very good
service.
signal at all.
Mm-mm.
And so had this alarm going off and I'm going out onto the front porch trying to find out how to turn it off and calling people. My client called the ambulance service because it was a medical alert. And they're like, so if you get an alarm for here, we're all good. Don't come. And so I'm sitting here trying to use Chat GPT on how to turn off this alarm with no code, which, they're probably not going to tell you that because again, it's a
Right.
security thing.
Right.
However, I did learn to find where it's plugged into, which happens to not be anywhere near it. So you're searching this 2-story house to find one thing plugged in, found it, got it done. But that was a whole other ordeal, which we have set off alarms together before.
Oh, yeah, and yes, yes. So, way back in the day, we did live videos on Facebook. We did live
This
tourings
is
or live
pre
showings.
TikTok and pre
Yes.
podcast
We
era.
were before our time.
Yes, we were. And now we're catching up. No.
And now we're like, "Wait,
Wait,
what's
don't
the
leave
next
us
trend? What's the next
behind.
trend?"
Yes.
But no, we were showing this house that we were told that the security system was deactivated, I guess, or not off,
Or
or it
they were going
wasn't
to turn it
on,
off
or
or
yeah,
something.
yeah, they're gonna turn it off.
We didn't have access to the code
No,
again.
no. So we're showing this house, and all of a sudden the alarm is like,
It was
just
so
screeching.
loud.
And then
We were moving somewhere. I was like, wait, because it went off. I was like, I think it's motion censored. If we stand here and we're in this pose, not moving, thinking that we're look like mannequins.
and we did we just went ahead with the video, didn't we?
I think
I
so.
think so. And
Yeah.
then, the county sheriff's office showed up.
Yeah. And he was like, hey, I've seen your videos. And we're like, oh, why, thank you. Would you like to take a selfie right now?
Did you see
And
this one today?
yeah, this
Did you
one.
know that we were your call?
Yes, you were coming to get us. And so that was fun. But there was another one, and then I'll stop with the alarm stories because I have so many. But way back when, like 23, probably 24 years ago, I was showing a house And this is back when we had landlines. And they told me the alarm's going to be off. Don't worry about the code yet again. People need to remember this.
Right.
This is important.
Right.
And like I said, what would happen is this is before everybody and their brother had a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
When the alarm would go off, they would call the house phone, and here it goes screeching loud. I think they do it so loudly to make whoever the intruder is, scared. So my clients are like, "Oh," I was like, "It's okay." And the phone started ringing. So I answered it. I just answered the home phone. And it wasn't my listing. And they're like, this is, ADT or whoever.
Did you say, hello, Smith residence?
Yeah, I was like, hi, yes, I know the alarm was going off because I'm sitting here listening to it. I'm a realtor and I'm showing the house and it was not supposed to be on. And they're like, well, the police are coming. I was like, that's fine. Yeah. So the police pull up and I walk out like, hands up. I'm the realtor. It's all good,
That when I first got into real estate, that was my biggest fear of having the police called or setting off an alarm and having the police show up. And then goes back to I always make fun of my daughter,
you make
Brooklyn.
fun of your daughter all the time for being afraid of getting arrested. And I'm always like, is she doing things to get arrested for? And she's not, but she's just terrified.
No, at this point I'd be like, hi, please.
Yeah, it's
give me a 24-hour rest here.
Yeah, let me show you my card, and then you call this agent here. I promise I can be here.
Yeah,
but thankfully, alarms, except for 2 days ago, are not normally a problem as much now.
No, I don't think so because people have the ability to turn them off
from their phones,
and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was always my fear is have the police come and that they not believe that I'm supposed to be there.
I go out and try to reason with them. Like, I have no worries. I'm like, hey, listen, I know you think I'm here breaking in. However, I could be a total thief and like, oh yeah, we're good. Go ahead, But thankfully, it was, it was fine. But that's one of the fun things. You just never know. Like if there's pets in a house, which we could do a whole
oh my gosh
podcast on that all day long. But pets create obstacles.
Yeah. Attack you.
Did I ever tell you about the time I walked into her house and a lady was lying in the back bedroom and the dog was barking over her? She'd had a stroke.
Oh my God.
I don't know how long she'd been laying there.
Look at us saving lives.
I know. Every day. I wouldn't really call myself a first responder because I was crying when I called the listing agent. Yeah. Your client's laying back here.
Oh my gosh.
And 911 called them on the house phone. I used their house phone to call him. I don't know why. Maybe my cell phone was dead, which is not shocking. And this has been a long time ago.
Did you have cell phones?
I did have one.
Was it like a car phone? Was it a bag phone?
No,
Did you have
it wasn't.
those?
No, because after I've been in real estate for 6 months, my parents got me one. I had a pager before that.
Nice.
I had a beeper. I know you're not laughing at me.
I am.
It was
Call
fine.
me, beat me if you want to reach me.
I have never heard that, but that's
What?
funny.
Oh, Kim Possible? Your girls didn't watch Kim Possible?
Yeah, I just didn't.
Oh, I did.
I was out saving lives, showing houses. But yeah, no, she'd had a stroke, and we heard this dog barking, and this is back when I was terrified. Like I'm still scared of dogs, but not like that. And this dog was barking over her and growling and showing its teeth, and I'm like, y'all, I don't know what's going on. And so these people I was showing, they're like, they were like crawling down the hall so they could be on like with the woman to talk to her, and she was not coherent, and this dog's barking crazy. Anyway, The ambulance came. She'd had a stroke. The dog was blind. We didn't know that. So that's why I was not, in fact, attacking this. You're going to tear up over that.
Yeah,
She's such an animal lover.
I know.
Anyway,
poor blind doggy.
Yeah, and she had to go to a nursing home. But that was a lot. So again, something we weren't expecting to do. And that took a little bit longer than normal showing.
I get that.
So I threw my schedule off.
See, case in point, you can have the perfect day planned, but you just never know what's going to.
And you can set all the alarms on your phone you want to.
You just never know what's going to happen.
Yep, when you have to call 911. And like I said, I was like 24 maybe and had no clue.
I like to think that I would be like level-headed and know what to do and all that kind of stuff. But I think if I walked in on a situation like that, I don't know. I don't know.
See, now I think I'd be fine.
I've never, God, where's some wood? Knock on wood. I've never had to deal with anything like that. There we go.
Yeah.
Is that even wood?
I don't know. We're going to pretend it's stone. Yeah, it looked like wood. But now I think I'd be okay because I actually handled some things better, maybe. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Let's not try it.
No.
I don't want to have like one of those,
No. That's not
trial
something we
errors.
Want to repeat.
Yeah, no. It was bad. I was traumatized briefly.
Yeah.
And so now when I go in the house, it's like, hello. And if I hear anybody like making any kind of weird noise that's not, the spoken word, I'm like, I'm going to go back here. Y'all stay here. But
When
then
a house is occupied, do you announce yourself when you knock on the door?
I do if I think that someone's
Yeah,
there.
I do too.
I'm like, hey, realtor's here,
Yeah.
just in case, because you don't want to catch people by surprise,
No.
especially with this armed life that we lead. Whenever, you can stand your ground or whatever,
Mhm.
you need to make sure they understand that you are the realtor.
Yeah.
And if you walk in and they act surprised, be like, did you not know it was coming? No. Okay, so I'll go.
Right.
Because sometimes there might be a breakdown in communication with the realtor and the client. And I mean, I've done it before, thought that I
Or
had made it or didn't. Not
not
often.
not so much the realtor and client, but, like, if the house is occupied with a tenant,
Hmm.
the seller and the tenant or something
Oh,
like
yeah. And the
that,
seller
like
just said, no, go ahead and go. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, so, yeah, I always if the house is occupied, I always knock on the door and always announce myself, and sometimes even walking through, like, "Hello,
If
Julie with Heritage Homes Real
if I
Estate."
hear TVs or noises, especially, I'm like, hello. And I tell my clients, y'all
Yeah.
just stay here in
Yeah.
case something, we don't want to surprise someone
Yeah, have
totally.
3 people walk around the room.
Yeah,
"What are you doing
absolutely.
here?"
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, who are you?
Right.
Card. Hey, it's like my get out of jail free card. Here's my realtor card. Yeah, like we don't even have them with us all the time.
No.
I'm going to from here on out. Actually, one of my daughters got me a really pretty gold card holder, so I actually have it in
Well,
my
there you
car all the
go.
time now.
There you go.
Look at me
Like,
being
"Let me run and get my card."
Let me be prepared.
Yeah.
So whenever people contact me and want to follow me or shadow me about being a realtor, I'm like, well, I don't know what I have going on
Yeah.
today. And honestly, the times that they come, it seems like I don't have anything going on. And when they come, I feel like I have to explain everything I'm doing. If they could just come, if we, like literally, if we had a camera crew that could just literally follow
Right.
us around, that would be the best time
Right.
because so many days when they're there, there's so many, back office things I need to do that they
Mhm.
don't get the full effect
Mhm.
of all the
Yeah.
crazy.
We have the kids come for shadow day. Like, we try to plan the day, like, to give them some experience, but then it's like, "Oh, hey, can you be with them for a second? I gotta go make this phone call."
Yeah, because it's stuff they don't want to hear.
Yeah.
And I mean, it could be
Yeah.
a whole lot of different things. So, that's where I always tell people who are interested, yeah, you can come hang out with me for a day and shadow me. But truly shadowing is just, listen to it. And I've had some people who've came to shadow and like, oh yeah, this sounds great. I'd love to do this. And others I never heard from again.
They're like, "You gotta be crazy to be that
Well,
career."
especially when you start explaining all the things that you can and can't do, especially like even with advertising.
We're so limited on what we can say.
And it's not even anything bad, but there's just
No.
things we can't say that normal people would say all day long.
Right, right.
Yeah. You see the shows and you're like, oh, that looks so fun. But no, oh, come with me for a day.
Mhm.
Let me show you.
Mhm.
But I really wish it was one of those days where you have to put someone through
Mhm.
a window, or like I have this one client, I'll show like, foreclosures to. It hasn't happened in a long time, but I used to show him like these terrible houses, like when you walk in, like you're afraid to have open toed shoes on.
Oh, those are the
And like the
worst.
air conditioner's off, and I
Yeah.
finally was like, listen, I'm sweating. I'm just going to go sit in the car. Let me know
Mm-mm.
because there was nothing there
Mm-mm.
that could
Right,
hurt.
right.
We walked into one house and there was a machete, literal like huge machete laid across a chair that was facing the door, like someone was sitting there watching and got up and left. And I'm like, do you do you think we need to be here? And then, and the house is full of just junk where it was a repossession and no one
Mhm.
cleaned it out. There's a lot of magazines in there. There's like, whoa, what?
Oh,
No. And then this client, and if he ever listens to this, he will know exactly who he is, slams the door like to scare me, like because we thought someone might be in there. And I think I might have hit him or pushed him. Like, don't do that. Oh my gosh, scared the fire out of me. Like I
yes.
thought we were dead.
Yes.
But, with the machete greeting and
Yes.
yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he still,
everything's leading to
oh,
there's
and he
someone in this
brings that
house.
up every now and then. I'm like, shut up.
No.
No, it's like, that
No.
was awful.
No. I
So,
carry shoe covers in my purse just because of that. Walking into some house that you just don't know, and I'm talking about, like, distressed properties,
mhm.
like,
Yeah.
we are in some weird,
Mm.
crappy, literally crappy
Literal. Yes.
houses sometimes. I'm not gonna say homes because these are places that people don't live. They've been vacant for a while,
Or
and
just neglected
yeah,
and,
squatters may have been in there a few times
or you hope it was squatters that left the
yeah,
mess.
yeah.
Oh, I tell you, I walked into one house one time. This is scary. And there was no signal here. I went on a Sunday because it's the only time that I forget what it was. Anyway, I walked in and there was death threats written in spray paint all around
Oh my
the walls.
gosh.
Like not well, death threats may sound it was kind of was. I think I showed it to you. It was spray painted like you will pay for this for stealing our
Oh,
land,
yes.
and we're
Yes.
watching you. And I'm there by myself. And again, no cell service.
Uh-uh.
Why do I go places all the
Yeah.
time with no? But anyway, and so I'm walking out to the porch like, hey, and calling the guys like,
Mm-mm.
do you know this is here? Like windows are broken. I'm thinking these people are waiting to come back to get
Yes.
somebody. So yeah,
Like,
like
they're watching you from across the
I'm
street.
telling you, like
Yeah.
I'm like, this is uncomfortable.
Yeah. Uncomfortable.
I mean, I'm like, okay,
This is just flat out scary.
and you couldn't see it from the road. Like the way it was positioned, like no one
Oh,
even would
no.
know I was there
Mm-mm.
unless they were watching. And then no
Mhm.
one would know if I was getting,
Right.
murdered. But,
Yeah. Unalived.
unalived. No one would know if I was being attacked.
Right.
So it was like, I don't know that I want to be here, but I had to be there to meet the guy for the security system they were putting in.
What?
Well, it's just a long story. These
That doesn't
people,
make any sense.
well, again, the things that we do we're not paid to do.
True.
But yeah, they lived in like Bowling Green or something, but because of the break in, I had to go back. It's been a while, but
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
they asked me if I cared to go one day, and I'm like, no, it's fine, whatever.
So they had bought the house and then it was
They
they
owned
owned
it.
it. They owned it.
They had sold it to someone like on land contract or
Oh,
something,
that makes
and
sense.
that
Yeah.
someone got mad when they
Yeah.
took it back, and then it was just
It was just crazy
yes.
from jump.
Oh yeah, and what's funny is that house sold last year,
Really?
all redone, pretty.
Hmm.
But yeah,
With the death threats on the wall.
no, I have pictures of it though, and a video panning the room. It's like they had even spray painted the microwave, so it was a new microwave, it couldn't be used, and they'd painted the countertops and stuff so that it couldn't be used. It was rough.
Wow.
And here I am, no signal again.
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
that no signal thing.
Yeah.
This is why Life 360 is important, or like having a friend that knows where you are, especially when you go to remote areas or show
Oh, yeah.
someone you don't know.
Listen, one time I was showing this property that was kind of out there, and so I sent our broker my pin, dropped a pin to him, my location. And you know what he did? Sent me his pin. I was like, "Great, thanks, Dean."
He says, "Is this a game?"
And then later,
Like, where's Julie? Oh,
Yeah.
she's here.
and then later, when I got back to the office, I said, "I sent you my pin, my location, so somebody would know where I was." And he's like, "Oh, I didn't know what you were doing."
So he decided he'd return the favor.
Well, when I asked him, I was like, "Did you know you sent me your pin?" He's like, "No." So I don't know. Is there something where you can
see, I thought
share?
yeah, you can share your location. He probably just accidentally hit a button.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I thought that was funny. If
Well,
he
I did
actually
too at first. I thought, why? 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 Yes, I know where you are. Like, okay, I'm letting you know where I am in case I need a SOS.
That's hysterical. I didn't know that one. That is so like him.
But safety, we do not take safety for granted at our office.
No.
Like,
No, we
Yeah.
don't. And we have, Dean is great if we need to go, or Chad. Chad's our go-to on anything like that. And believe it or not, even living in this small area, there's been some terrible horror stories out there
Yeah.
with realtors, all over the country that have had issues. So, we do, if you ever see us bring our husbands or someone else, and it may not be you in particular, they just may want to come with us. But
Right.
at the same time, if you don't know us and you call us and someone else comes along, don't be offended. It's just protecting ourselves.
Right.
Always.
And we have ways to do research to validate people.
Yes.
And so, we'll do that. But sometimes you might not be able to do that, but we just always take safety like it's our top priority.
And this is something where your gut does matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't have a good feeling, either cancel, don't go, or
Because in
don't
what
go
other
alone.
career do you get a call or an email or a text from some stranger that wants to see a house that you maybe have never stepped foot in?
And you get there, walk in front of them, turn on the lights, go in the basement first where there's no exit. And you're like, hey, come on down. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Julie doesn't because she's suspicious.
No,
I'm that girl that's like, hey, come on in.
I am very suspicious.
I'm not. I'm like, hey, everybody's great. Let's go.
Yep.
But if I ever have a bad feeling, and it has very seldom ever happened in the last 20 plus years. But if I have a bad feeling and I call you, you know it's real because I don't.
Just don't send Dean your location.
I, in fact, will not.
Send it to somebody else that'd be like,
you know what?
Okay.
I'm going to send him my location later today.
Let's see what he does.
Oh, yeah.
I would do that.
If it comes back his, I'm like, okay, so this is a game now. So now you've learned. I'm totally going to do that and see what he says.
But in all seriousness, like, if you guys have topics for us to discuss or questions, or if you want to buy or sell.
Absolutely. Like, that's what we're here for,
What we're here for. And there's a lot of behind the scenes that people don't realize that we do, because buying and selling, it has to be the right time for you to do so.
Right.
There's not a perfect time to buy or sell. It has to make sense for you.
Yeah, and what everybody says is the selling season or the best season may not apply to you, and it may not apply to our area.
Right.
So, always contact a professional and just get a feel for it, and tell us your situation. We're a judge-free zone. We say this every episode, I think.
And we truly are
totally a judge-free zone. We want to cultivate the experience where it works for you.
Right.
Feel free to give us a shout, message, drop your comments anywhere. We want to touch any of the subjects that you guys are interested in, so let us know.
Yep. So until next time, no one asked.
But we're saying it anyway. Well, we said what we said.
We'll do it again next time.
No one asked.